Here we go. All right, so we starting with Hugo's Way. So we starting with AUD USD. Now this is, let me pull this up on the weekly. We got a signal. It looks like this is about to keep going up. It went up last week, but I think it's doing a pullback, especially for today. It didn't cross the 50 on this. But we're gonna go over to Trading View. We'll pull this up, and I'm gonna share the screen also. Hold on, let me share this screen. So if we look at this, what I did was I went on and put I put an alarm right here at 0.67185. So it may not even drop this far, but that's about half. And that was Friday's candle. So this is the daily right here. I'm looking at the weekly. Now, this is more or less what it would look like. So I feel like it'll come back to this line, which is again 671.67185. At that point, I'll be looking for a buy, but I don't want to set a buy limit necessarily. I'd rather wait for it to touch and then kind of watch my charts on the lower time frames, maybe go to the 4 hour and then see what it's doing. So this is something to keep an eye on for the week. let's go through the rest of these. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go pull this up over here. Okay, cool. So that's AUD. Hold on. AUD USD. Let's go Euro. So this is Euro USD on the weekly. Man, not really seeing nothing. I'm gonna just fly through these real quick. And if I see something, then we'll go to Trading View. Make sure I need to get, am I back on Hugo's Way? Yeah, get back on Hugo's Way. Okay, so you should be able to see my Hugo's Way. And this is NZD USD. So this is looking like a buy for the week. I think I would suspect this may pull back some on the weekly. You're typically gonna get a pullback. I'm gonna actually go draw this up. So we'll go to Trading View and I will share the screen. We'll go back to Trading View. And that's NZD USD. Okay, so this is the weekly. Yeah. So I would probably put an alarm somewhere around here. This is another one to keep an eye on for the week. I think it may pull back and then go up. So I got this at 62,546, 0.62546. I'm gonna set an alarm. Might not even come back down that far, but I'm gonna set an alarm for a possible buy. You got to remember, we're trying to get the best price possible. So once it's gone too far, you don't want to get in it. If it pulls back enough and the market looks like it's still going in that direction, then we look for a buy-in. But we're trying to get the best price possible. So we're gonna keep an eye on it. Let's go back through our pairs. Again, we on the weekly. We're just running through them. This is another one. This looks, so this is USD CAD. It does look like we got a strong sell. Like to look at the monthly and the daily. It dropped a lot Friday. So it's definitely going to probably more than likely pull back, at least for a day or so. And so maybe we'll check this out on Tuesday to see how this is looking. So you can keep an eye on that for Tuesday, USD CAD. Excuse me, USD Swiss. I don't see anything. Nothing here. Let me make sure I am Sharing my screen. Let's see. Hugo's way. Yeah, y'all can see it. All right, let's go down to, we'll run through a few more pair. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I don't like this. AUD, CAD. Nope. Um, Not really feeling this either. Again, we're looking at the weekly and just seeing if we see something sweet. You know, if we see something, we'll draw it up and we'll wait. We like to enter on the daily or the 4 hour. Euro AUD. Nah, not seeing nothing. I'm just running through these real quick, guys, looking for something that really stands out. I don't normally trade the weekly, we trade the daily, but we do look at the beginning of the week to see if we see a possible setup. Now, this one, Euro GBP, looks like we have a strong down signal. And this is that one I think we got in last week and we got out too early. So it's definitely pulling back. Let me look at this. I'm going to draw this up. Euro GBP. Okay, we're going to draw this up. And I will share my screen. We'll go to Hugo's way. Yeah, now this one is interesting because this one pulled back and we actually could have stayed in this. I got a little nervous and got out, but I called this last week. And sure enough, it did exactly what I said it was going to do. So I think that this is going to at least pull back to this blue line, which is 0.87405. So I got an alarm already set there. So once it hits that, look for a sell. And that's on the weekly. So if we look at the daily, yeah, it should come up somewhere around here. And then I will be looking for a sell on this. I won't do a sell limit. I'm gonna wait. But tomorrow, Monday, this is something, or Tuesday, that we may be able to get in on a sell. We just got to keep an eye and see how the weekly is looking. And the monthly, this has not really been, this has been doing real big pullbacks, but a lot of rejection on the monthly, a lot of rejection. So we'll see how far this goes. I would like to see it come down here to 0.86538, but we don't know if it'll make it that far. It hasn't been moving a lot. It's been doing big pullbacks and then just hanging around in this area. You can see these candlesticks aren't big, just huge wicks. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. But this one is looking like we're about to go into a serious downtrend on a weekly. So we'll see what we got. Let's go back to Hugo's way and we'll run through these last couple of pair and we'll be done with that portion. Euro NZD, nah. GBP AUD. This one looks like we may be going up this week. It went down last week, but it's still overall on the weekly in an uptrend. But it's been in the uptrend for a while, so I'm gonna wait. I wouldn't do anything with that on the weekly. Let's see. This is GBP Swiss. This has been in consolidation for weeks. So we're waiting on this just to break the zone. I want y'all to see something. GBP Swiss. We're gonna draw this up. This is a long-term trade here. You go the Hugo's way. You go to the weekly. So everybody can see this has been in this range for weeks. Now, these are some pretty big ranges, but let's see. If we draw our box, probably start about here and go here. So it broke out of here and then came right back down, broke it, came down, and it's been rejecting. So I'm waiting for it to break out of this box. Once it breaks out of this box, we're really waiting for it to trend. And this is the weekly. So once this breaks this trend, it has to get past this zone right here. If it breaks to the top, it has to break this. If it does, it should go at least to here. And I think it's going to eventually come up because let's look at the monthly. As you can see, it's been rejecting from the bottom on the monthly for months. So for it to really go lower than that, it hasn't gone below that. I don't think it's ever gotten below that. I think this is the lowest it's ever got. Let me see. Trying to go back. Yeah, I don't think it's ever gotten below that point. So I think we're in a pretty good space for a long-term buy. But I mean, I wouldn't get in it now, but I think that this is something that we can look forward to. Right now, it's just consolidating. So this is one to keep our eyes open. It may take a month or two for it to catch up. I don't know. It may do it this month. We don't know when, but at some point, it's going to get out of this range, and we want to try to catch that. That'll be a nice long-term trade. All right, let me finish this up. Going back to Hugo's way. GBP Swiss. Couple more pair. We're going to do GBP NZD. NZD CAD. Swiss. Okay, we may be about to go into a possible uptrend on the weekly, but it's not fully there yet. I'm not confident, so we keep moving. And last but not least, NZDJPY. It's in an uptrend, so you can go to the lower time frames and you may be able to catch this, but it's starting to kind of, on the dailies, it looks like it's starting to bump its head. So we're getting some rejection. So I think this is going to pull back some. So I would probably keep an eye on this, but it's not something I'm too excited about. So that was just a quick rundown on the weekly chart. Anybody interested linking up with us, check out my website. I'm going to pull it up, Tyraine.com. I'm down here. You can scroll down to the Busara Trust. Join now. Click here and link up with us. We send out daily trades whenever we get them based on the daily chart. And we do our class every Sunday on Zoom. And we look at the weekly. And we also teach numerology. So I show you how to use the science and numbers to help you with your trading. All right, peace and love. We'll catch you next week.
How would you like to be a part of an online community that focuses on health, wealth, and knowledge of self? For less than $1 a day, you can learn how to live at optimal health through proper diet and Qigong exercise, one of the oldest martial arts systems in the world. You will learn how to make money on the largest financial market on the planet, Forex, and use your credit as leverage. Lastly, you will learn the world's oldest science, the science of numbers, aka numerology. Taught by master numerologist and Forex investor, Tyraine L. The Busara Trust is perfect for anyone looking to improve their quality of life. We meet every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern on Zoom. Hope to see you soon.